Watho wa kiriko tugaga ni kuhingana ta uria ngorirwo ngikwirira ati wona sherekia kwihanda mathaa ma hwaini ni tugukorwo tugicemania niguo ngumenyithie uria bururi wa gitinda ukigari uria muthiari ni tariki 26 mweri wa Februari mwaka wa 2024 ario nikio kiambiriria kia wiki no ya mwisho ya mweri uyu wa Februari ni ndoka niguo ngumenyithie uria wa bururi wa gitinda ukigari uria ripoti kuma county tiganite ku bururi wa Kenya ginyagia ripoti kuma nja itoko cia bururi tukorokio ginya ripoti cia mathako na maige maria andi mamwe ma maria tukuharereire Minister wa Kigina Ndung'U kuga thirikari neregereirwo gukomba makiria ma bilioni 700. Munini wa mutongoria wa bururi Rigathi wa Gachagua kugomana na atongoria mwena wa Gicũa-inĩ hari kwambika bara ya kurua na njohi bururi-ini. Nake munini wa speaker wa Taita Taveta Anselmo Dime guthitangwo na ungumania wa kigina gia county gia ciringi milioni 17. No mamwe ma maria tukuhaririirie metha-ini ino itu ya mohoro maya maitu ma hwaini twagiteka niwe gwitikira gutwara ithuririkana ati turamemerekia mohoro maya maitu TV na ningikirira gitiki kia umemere kia geto wa irimu wa kimani na ruto kiambiriria ni ati minister wa kigina guku bururi-ini mundu ugwitwo Ndung'U ni arikitie kwanirira ati bururi kana thirikari ya Kenya Kwanza ni irigereire gukorwo igikomba ciringi bilioni 700 hari mwaka wa kigina wa 2023 2024 kigina rikiria giguteithiriria hari gutwarithia na mbere mamwe ma tabarira cia thirikari ya Kenya Kwanza kuria oho neugire ati thirikari no iragithie na mbere kugeria kuriha ngombo iria cia gikombetwo hari thirikari-ini iyo nguru. Ni riboti iria iratuhingurira mohoro maitu ma hwaini muthenya wa mothe. Thutha wa bururi kuriha ngombo ya ciringi trilioni 1 akiria mashiringi bilioni 700 niguo gutwarithia na mbere tabarira cia thirikari.
Current stock of public debt and publicly guaranteed debt stands at 11.248 trillion, and which is 69.7% of GDP in nominal terms. But the current present value of public debt to GDP is actually 67.2%. The difference between the two is actually that the present value takes into account the maturity profile of the debt.
Kuringana na Ndung'u bururi ni ugekora kuma ngombo-ini hari miaka 10 yokete kuona ati no irathie na mbere kunyihanyihia ngombo ici.
Then in June 2022 it went up to 917. June 20 as a result of the liability management, it will come down by the amount that we have done, the $1.5. So in the supplementary 2, the debt service will come down because of the liability management that we have undertaken.
Nyodo wekeha kuona ati bururi ni uritwo ni aigithia aingi magitigira ngombo iria bururi uri nacio. O ni kuringana na minister uyu wa kigina Ndung'u. Ona gukiria uguo thirikari ndiri iraugithaniria hari uruti wa magoti undu uria minister uyu augite ati ni urahomia bururi riu akenda thirikari ne kuiguithania hari mitaratara mieru ya urihi wa magoti.
Resolve this through the market, and the market was quite clear. And for us to get the Fed would lower interest rates, they would actually have gone to 10 years. But the market cannot even go beyond 6.5 years.
Gerifotera Muthingi TV geto wairimu wa Kimani. Ke mwandiki mukaruru hogini rwa mathomo Belio Kipsang muthenya wa muthenya atugiirio thirikari ya Kenya Kwanza hari wirutiri wa gukinyanithia githomo gia CBC oro hamwe na GSS kuria muthi Kipsang ari mbere ya kamiti ya bunge igi mathomo bururi-ini augite ati thirikari ya Kenya Kwanza nigathikite mitaratara mirumu iria igukinyanirithia mathomo maya ma CBC guothe bururi-ini. Thutha wa bururi kuriha ngombo ya ciringi trilioni 1.2 na kwirigira kuriha mathiri maya hari miaka 10, riu minista wa kigina bururi-ini Ndung'u ari mbere ya bunge ni atari
deal with it as a cross-cutting issue, not like I'm answering a question from any of the members, but trying to address what Mwalimu has said. One thing I want to be candid on is on the issue of the education reforms and what we have set out for ourselves. When the 263, that is 2 years in junior school, 6 years in primary school, 3 years in junior school, and 3 years in senior school was adopted, and it is from research that we would want to have an education system that is age appropriate, that our children can be able to go. Say, we appreciate the challenge that may be there with grade 9 and the thinking by some Kenyans that we can take grade 9 to secondary school. But we shall be using a short-term solution to sort out a long-term problem. We only have no Form 1 next year. But in 2026, we shall be having grade 10. And when they transition, the number of kids transitioning from junior school to senior school will be the same number, notwithstanding that they will be in 3 cohorts or 3 classes, but the total number will still remain. We don't want to use short-term solutions for long-term issues. So as for what the national government should be doing, we are doing. The only thing I know we cannot do, and it will be very difficult, is the pay for teachers. Through maybe a conditional grant, allow TSC to manage their teachers, but we don't want to push so hard because it may be seen as clawing back on devolution.
Anake munini wa mutongoria wa bururi Rigathi wa Gachagua ni athiite na mbere na kwambika bara hari kuhukia dawa cia kurevya bururi-ini kuria muthenya wa umuthi egucerete kaunti ya Mombasa guku ni mwena wa Gicũa-ini kuria egukiumagiritwo ni minista wa ugitiri wa thiini Kithure Kindiki na kuria atongoria ya mathiite na mbere kwanirira atiri mehariirie kuhurana na njohi cia kurevya guothe bururi-ini. Ni riboti iria tuhaririirio ni
ya wa bururi Rigathi Gachagua ni acerete kaunti-ini ya Mombasa kuria anyitanire na minista wa ugitiri Profesa Kithure Kindiki na atongoria a ngathi itiganite kwaraniria na maabitha a ruhonge rwa ugitiri mwena wa Gicũa-ini. Gachagua ni oritie maabitha ma borithi magaikagia ngono endia a dawa cia kurevya amu ni makoragwo makimenyeka no matigagirwo ikinya ria kiwatho.
Hii watu wanajulikana, pahali wanauza wanajulikana. Nyinyi mfanye kazi yenu. Within 2 weeks RC, you must get rid of this problem. Tunataka kusikia watu kotini. Please, can you do your job? Tafadhali mfanye kazi yenu.
Oho Gachagua ni akomithitie uhoro wa maabitha a borithi gutuika ni mahuragirwo thimu kurio matikanyite aria marendia ndawa cia kulefia na kuga ni akumurika ndeto iyo gutigirira aria mari na mutugo ucio ni maikio ngono.
We would like to know, vile IG amesema ati unasema ushiki watu.
Kumithitie uhoro wa ikundi cia nyanake iria irahithukira andu na kumatharikira akiuga uwagi wa mawira tigitumi kiiganu kia mitugo ya muthemba ucio.
Sasa gang ya vijana watachukua mapanga namna gani ati wakatakata watu kwa sababu hawana kazi? Kukosa kazi is not a license to criminality. Kuna watu wengi sana hawana kazi na hakuna mtu anaumiza. That is not an excuse. So please, your teams, tukitoka hapa, you go and meet and draw an operation plan and work on those gangs and make sure that no gangs can disturb the people of Kisauni and Likoni. It is unacceptable.
You went there for the mass burial of 17 Kenyans who died from one village because poison was sold to them. And this poison had in the local police station sold that exhibit to the person who used that exhibit to kill 17 people.
Kiongerera Kindiki niugite ati aria mai kunyitikana na wendia wa njohi kananie ni meguikio ngono na kuhingirwo biacara ciao ona agikorwo ni ahe marua ma kwendia njohi. Akiongerera ati maabitha aria maracangira gwitikiria mitugo ino ni megutigithio wira no ti gucenjio kuma ceceni imwe nginyagia iria ingi.
We will not wait to ask who has licensed what. Once we discover certain outlets, buildings, facilities are threatening the survival of the nation, we shut them up, we shut them down. We will be able to discuss these other things about licensing later on.
Handu-ini ha Muthingi TV, kitagwo Derek Gathumbi.
Thegio mundu wetwa Derek ni undu wa riboti iyo. Uthuthuri na ungumania rwa EACC kuria Ansam akorirwa gikuruhanio na ungumania wa kura gwa ciringi milioni 17 cia kaunti ino. Ukirikana ati kigina giki kia huthiri giakorirwo gikihuthirwa na njira iria itagiriire kuna kiahuthirirwo na icera ria maigirira kuri bururi wa Zanzibar kuria muthenya wa muthenya thutha wake gwikio ngono ni akorirwo akinyo igoti-ini na thutha akorwo akirekererio na biru ya muigana wa ciringi milioni 1 kana bodi ya ciringi 500,000. Thutha wa ruhonge rwa uthuthuria wa ungumania EACC kwambika uthuthuria bunge-ini ya kaunti ya Taita Taveta tariki 20 mweri wa 11 mwaka wa 2022 makimunika munini wa na uhuthiri moru wa kigina gia kaunti ya muigana wa ciringi milioni 17. Kuringana na thitango iria arekoirwo nacio Mwadime ni icera ria maabitha kaunti ino ria bururi wa Zanzibar ruria rurerikana ria huthirie muigana wa ciringi milioni 17 na kuria EACC yugite ati milioni 1 niyo yahuthirirwo icera-ini riri nakio kiigana kia muigana wa ciringi milioni 9 ikirihwo ahaririria a icera riri ciringi milioni 8 nacio ikineo maabitha 30 aria mari mathie icera-ini riri.
On the issue of bond, it's not opposed. The accused person may be released on principle of terms.
The member of the assembly is in no way any flight risk. I will not in any way tamper with the ongoing case.
Oho KCC ni ugete ate bugeno ya county ya hothirire maratathi ma maigirira hari icera riao maria maheirwo ni mwandiki mukaru ministry ya uthi wa na mbere wa matora. Oho maafitha 30 hari maafitha acio afitha 50 nio mathire icera riri na gucenjia mitaratara ya mikarire iri yacungireirie kura kwa makiria ma milioni 1.
Person will be released on a bond of Kenya shillings 1 million with one surety of similar amount, or in the alternative to pay cash bail in the sum of Kenya shillings 500,000. We will mention this matter on 11th, that is 11th of March, for pre-trial.
Hamwe na thitango ingi nyingi cia icera riri munini uyu wa speaker na murunawe makuruhanitio na uhuthiri kirerio na biru ya milioni 1 kana bodi ya shiringi 500 karani wake ni eregereirwo gugekinya bawo-ini
11th of March, for pre-trial.
Girifotera Muthingi TV Geto wa Irimo wa Kimani. Ake mwojoria wa wendia wa migunda mundu ikaine ta David Gakuyo kana Gakuyo wa Gakuyo Real Estate na uria ni muikariri giti wa Ekeza Sacco ni areketie kurekererio na bodi ya muigana wa shiringi milioni 20 kana bodi ya muigana wa shiringi milioni 10 igoti.
October 2016 and 31st day of October 2016 at Gakuyo obtained from Edward Mwangi Duarte Kenya shillings 1,200,000 by falsely pretending that the Gakuyo Investment Club was carrying out a business that attract 2% interest are fact to new to be false. David Kangari alias Gakuyo true not true.
We are asking the court to consider that the accused person was arrested at JKIA, which in the view of the investigating officer was an attempt to flee the jurisdiction.
No, that's litigation.
No, Your Honor, let me make my submissions.
Let us make an application, then he objects to those issues, because I think that he's taking...
Happy with what I cannot argue the way he wants me to argue.
Further, I know that the prosecution that do not oppose bond or bail. By the defense team, by Mr. Njiru, Mr. Bamboleo, and Mr. Njagi, and Mr. Omari, of course. So I'll grant the first accused person bond or bail in the following terms. A, the accused person may be granted a bond of Kenya shillings 20 million, a bond of Kenya shillings 20 million with 2 sureties of a similar amount. B, alternative to A is that the accused person may be granted a cash bill of Kenya shillings 10 million, so a cash bill of 10 million shillings, and then he'll provide 2 contact persons. Yeah, so 10 million Kenya shillings with 2 contact persons will be examined by the court. And the further directive is that one of the contact person must be an employee working with the government or public office. And then the C, the first accused with any investigation that is still pending or ongoing. And then, of course, I'll also issue warrants in respect to the second accused.
Before the issue of the warrants, we are
igoti ria Milimani nirerekete kurogamia mihango yothe ria ithia na mbere mugunda-ini wa Embakasi uria ni wa eka makiria ma 94 ngira ria igoti ririkarikia gutwithania na kuruta itua no mwene mugunda uyu one thutha wa ene mugunda uyu aria ni aikiria gukumakiria ma 200 kuga matire marihwo marihi mao mahathara mahindi iria reri ya kĩrĩu ya SGR yakoragwo ĩgĩakwo. Na kũringana na wakiri wao ũrĩa ũĩkaine ta Peter Odhiambo nĩaugĩte atĩ cira ũyũ ũgakorwo ũgĩthikĩrĩrio na gũtuithanio tarĩki
Dupoto da full settlement scheme, na tunasema kwamba kwa sababu tumeenda kotini peanwe anymore kuanzia leo yasipeanwe mpaka watu wote wakuje kotini waeleze koti ni kwa nini hawajapeana malipo yenye walipewa na Kenya Railway Corporation na National Land Commission. Kwa hivyo tunaenda kwa Justice Mwangi leo asubuhi akapeana maagizo kwamba chochote kisifanywe mpaka tarehe 4 mwezi wa 3 saa 8:30 kotini. Chochote kisifanywe inaitwa status quo. Chochote kisifanywe kwa subject property ile venye tulisema malipo yasifanywe na
tumekuwa kwa hiyo shamba, tumekuwa na cheti zetu za hiyo shamba na wageni wetu wengi wale walituunga na wakatujoin. Sisi hatukuhusishwa wakati wa kwenda kazi ilipokuwa ikigao pesa vile zimeendelea. Watu wengi ambaye walikuwa wana shares wameachwa nje. Sisi tunakuja hapa kusema shamba letu hatujahusika na activity yeyote ile imeendelea huko.
Na tungependa serikali ingilie kati kwa sababu ndio shamba ya mwisho wa Masai. Hakuna shamba ingine tuko nayo. Ni waeleze kinaganaga ya kwamba hii shamba kama wananchi hao hawajalipwa, sisi kwa shamba yetu tunarudi. Kwa shamba yetu tunaingia.
na mangĩ maingĩ.
Gutiri ngware ebiso nikio na ithue ria nauma ngo-ini tukiumagara tukeribariba niguo tukahange guku ari tabarira-ini ya mwihang'eri guku kwa Muthingi TV.
Uguo ni tutamburite kio na weruteri waku miethere-ini nikio tukaga o hau haku wira-ini tukagia giikaro tukamenya uhangaga atia.
Giandikwo ni muthuri wiho andikitwo gibanda kihare rugongo
ni o kiumia wa keri cihanda thaa 2:30 nginya thaa 3 cia utuko
tabarira-ini ya mwihang'eri o guku kwa Muthingi TV na ni Mwangi wa Murugi.
Kuma utongoria uria munene wa bururi uka nginyagia hau hakuja Wanjiku ni kurira ararira woyi wakwa
ko ni kurio hakwa ni no nyende maandamano mambie rucio tondu thirikari no ni tuhinyiririe haria tukinyite
ati acio me ofisi-ini cia ubunge na kuria kungi ti aria twacagurire acio nio meheire mandate.
Our proposed tax measures will have significant negative impact on taxpayers.
Kiuria gia kuongerereka kwa garama ya muturire ikionekana gwakiriria o gwakia
kuma riria ndeto cia ugikuyu ciokire bururi uyu
noguo njohi iraingihire kuma kuri anake a Gikuyu.
Hihi murugamo wa thirikari ni uriko?
If you want to remove our trousers and whippers on the buttock, go ahead. We don't have the money.
Wege na urumwe wa Mugikuyu ugatuika niyo ndama ateti megwateire.
We are where we are today it is because of Uhuru Kenyatta.
Ihinda ni ikinyu twarie maria matukonie ithui nyumba ya Mobi.
Riu ri gutari na minwe maandamano maria marehwo ni baba wa nyuka wanyu ri gutiri mundu arathwo.
Amwe na atongoria makĩria